Hey guys, about to play another, not another, actually, it's the first of the matches in the tournament practice room with our Tempered Steel deck as it currently stands to see what kind of changes I might want to make with it before we jump into a modern tournament. And so we'll be playing the first match here. So we'll see how it goes. We have an opponent. Did we win the die roll? No. Okay, let's see what we are given here. And we're given, we have very few 3-cost cards, but we managed to get 4 of them in our hand. But we're going to have to go ahead and mulligan 2 because we only have 1 land. So we're going to mulligan that away. This hand is also pretty bad. So we're going to mulligan that too. This is alright. The double Clifftop Retreat is pretty bad. It keeps us from being able to play turn 1 Vault Scourge at all. Right, we're playing Delver, which we can deal with a Delver fairly easily, at least in this deck, but come on, Plains or something. Nope, we got to play our tap Clifftop Retreat, which is pretty frustrating. Second one's going to come into play tap 2. Will Delver transform right away and start bashing? No, so that's good. That'll give me time to cast our Vault Scourge, or at least try to. Our opponent may counter it. Alright, we'll take the 1. What else is our opponent doing here? Ninja of the Deep Hours. That's a new, yeah, okay. Gets to draw a card, which is frustrating, and we're probably going to have to Galvanic. We have 2 Galvanic Blasts in our hand at least, but we'll probably have to Galvanic Blast that guy before he gets rolling too much. It'd be nice to draw Plains so we can play both our Blast and our Scourge this turn. We'll see what happens. Nope, but we did draw yet another Galvanic Blast, so that's fun. I'm just going to blast this guy now. And in the turn, we don't want him to keep drawing cards, and we wouldn't have, we could have played our Scourge, but we really don't want to trade it. Well, that wouldn't even be a trade, it would be a chump. Maybe up against mono blue something or other, which is interesting. Alright, well, so of course now we drew a Plains, but, yeah, I'm guessing he's probably got the mana to counter this, but let's try to go for it anyway. Make him think we can't really do anything else. We don't play the Foundry yet, so go ahead and try to play our Vault Scourge. Probably gets countered. No, it doesn't. Okay. We're going to play our Foundry untapped. And what do we want to do now? That's the question. I think we just hold on to our Galvanic Blasts and pass the turn instead of trying to play out our Glenhawk Idol. Will he transform this time? Yes, he does. And he's got Cryptic Command, we know now. But we do have 2 Galvanic Blasts, which he doesn't know, so if we can get him to tap out for Cryptic Command here, I wouldn't be too upset. So we'll blast. Okay, and then we're going to hit him with another blast. Does leave us pretty low on cards. Yeah, it looks like he can stop both of them too, which is okay. Well, it does just put our Remand back in our hand. I mean, our Galvanic Blast back in our hand. Alright. So we're just going to take the 3. Our opponent is down to 1 blue mana, which is pretty appealing. Yeah, the new foils look pretty cool, huh? It's a recent update. They didn't used to look as good as they do now. I don't think I haven't played a foil card yet this game, but they definitely look much better than they used to. Supposedly it doesn't tax the computer as much either, but not really sure how that works since they look better, you know. But all right, so we're just gonna blast now while he's tapped out. He knew it was in our hand, so swing. And then I'm going to play our Glinthawk Idol. We did not get off to a very fast start in this game, which usually isn't good for this deck. But we'll see. I mean, drawing Tempered Steel would be pretty huge. Here's my foil. It looks good too, the Battlefield Forges foil. It's kind of even more flavorful that all of the black-white, red-white lands are forges, you know, artifacts and everything. Oh, there's a Mutavault. That's interesting. He's got Cryptic Command in his hand. We know that. So I'm going to try just making our Glinthawk Idol into a dude. My bet is he's going to Cryptic Command, tap our guys down and draw a card. But he may save that till the point where he's in more danger, I guess. But we'll just attack. We'll play out our Forge, and we'll end our turn. I'm just holding on to this. I mean, we couldn't play another land this turn anyway, but I held on to the Forge last turn just as a safety, you know, to make him think we have something in our hand. Which we do, I guess, but it's not anything good. So, yeah, Cryptic Command. To be expected. He may start beating us down with Mutavault now. Looks like it. What does Mutavault even say on here? Oh, all types. I was curious if it tried to list every type. It doesn't. That's good. Interesting. We have a second Cryptic Command. It's entirely possible. We're just going to go ahead and swing with our Vault Scourge. About relevant. But I'm actually going to hold off on playing the Citadel so it can just trigger, potentially anyway. I'm going to play this too, just in case he has Mana Leak. He may have another Cryptic Command, but so we'll play our Idol again. Yeah, it looks like Cryptic Command for sure. It hurts me. Yeah. Yeah, we're not drawing much gas. We do have a lot of creatures in this deck, and we've really only drawn 2 of them, so it's not so good. This Mutavault's going to slowly try to beat us to death, but we're bound to draw something else eventually. His hand, I guess, should be pretty bad. It does seem to be mono blue, which is interesting. Don't see. Ooh, 2 Mutavaults. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, we're just we just keep bricking on our draws here. Swing anyway. I don't really want to trade. And we'll play out our Citadel, and we'll end our turn. Gotten a third of our lands in our first 12 cards. That's pretty rough, but it happens. So, all right. Well, he knows he can beat us now. Animate both those Mutavaults, I'm guessing. Yeah. Hit us for 4. If we ever get a Cranial Plating or a Tempered Steel or something like that, or a Lightning Helix would be really great right now. We could kill one of those and... Aha! Well, how about that? He may have a way to counter it, but it is a nice draw right now. I mean, it'd be nice to draw some more creatures too, but it's not what happened. So he knows we have this Foundry, so we're just going to play it now. We're not going to pay 2 life, though, and we'll end our turn. We can Lightning Helix one of the Mutavaults, buy us some more time to draw the kind of stuff we need. Mutavault number 1 is animated. Second one's animated. It's key to let him like attack first, because you know he may have Cryptic Command, and then if he attacks, he's not going to have the mana up. But he may have a way to stop our Helix anyway. But if it's Mana Leak or if it's Remand, we can just do it again. So we're just going to Lightning Helix one of them. Yeah, it's Remand. So he gets to draw another card, basically, is what happens. And then we're going to Helix it. Alright, so then we go down to 9. Phantasmal Bear. We haven't seen that show up yet against this guy. We're just going to swing again. You know, our thing. So alright, takes us to 10. Play our idol, and we'll end our turn. We have drawn a lot of duplicates in this game. 3 Galvanic Blasts and 2 Glenhawk Idols. 2 Sacred Foundries and 2 Clifftop Retreats, too, I guess. Those are also only 4 ofs that we've gotten multiples of. He's probably just going to start swinging with the bear. Yeah, and we'll just take that. Be pretty impressive if we managed to pull this game out despite how it's been going. I don't think we will. He's got 6 cards in his hand, and who knows what he's got in his hand. We're going to try to play Cranial Plating right away. I doubt it resolves really strongly, but who knows. It'll make our Glenhawk Idol a creature. We'll put it on our Scourge. And gain how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'll just be a 4/1, but that's pretty big. Remand, all right. Well, we can just play it again, and we will. Now he's got Cryptic Command. Did he draw 3 Cryptic Commands against us? I mean, he has drawn extra cards, but still, it's pretty brutal. It's like one of the strongest cards in Magic. And I'm guessing he'll probably bounce our Idol too. No, he wants to draw a card. Alright, well, in that case, we're just going to turn our Idol on. Swing for 3, go up to 9. Take him down to 5, and end our turn. We are empty-handed. He may have a big finisher in his deck. May not just be his goal may not just be to kill us with Mutavault. He may have a Snapcaster Mage now too, which would be really brutal because he can Snapcaster and get Cryptic Command, and that would just be pretty crushing for us. So, but I feel pretty good about it. Us going into game 2, we had a pretty painfully slow hand this time around. There's another creature, so that doesn't hurt. Let's try to play him. See what our opponent does. Alright, that happens. He's probably got Snapcaster plus Cryptic Command, but you know, there's no sense in playing around it. So yeah. Yep. Did I call it or did I call it? I called it. Blue and so he can knock us to 1 now, which is pretty brutal. 4, 6. Yeah, he can knock us to 1, and then if he has like another cryptic command, yeah. All right, so we're gonna go to 1 life now. It would be great to just draw into, well, even that wouldn't kill him. A Galvanic Blast would put him at 1. Okay, Mutavault, swing at us for 6, I'm assuming. Thank God for the life gain we've gotten from our Vault Scourge and our Lightning Helix. Otherwise, we'd be in even more trouble. Alright, we take 6 to the face. And does he have something else to just... Oh, Ninja, the Deep Hours is still in his hand. Yeah. GG. I forgot about that. Okay, so game 2 here. Hopefully we get a much faster hand this time around. Considering as slow as we were, we got him to 5. It feels pretty good. I think Aethersworn Canonist is really good against Snapcaster Mage, so I think he's worth bringing in. He had a few creatures, but none that couldn't be killed with Galvanic Blast or Lightning Helix. So we're just going to lose Dispatch. But what do we want instead? Maybe just some more bodies, a couple... Oh no, we already decided on what we wanted, the Canonists. Yeah, I think that's all we want. Yep, I think that's what we're going to go with. Let's get a faster hand this time around. It'd be nice, instead of the double clifftop retreat hand that basically slowed us down a whole turn. And we mulliganed to 5, so we did pretty well, all things considered. This is a good hand. It's not... We didn't get any of our 1-drops, but it's still pretty good, and we're going to keep it. We'll play Sacred Foundry. We don't want to pay 2 life. I'm going to lead with the Glinthawk Idol, so I can get all these free activations we're going to get from the, the Darksteel Citadel and the Canonist. I think it's too early for the Canonist to make like a huge difference. So, although resolving it against him could be pretty huge. Okay, of course now we drew a 1-drop. That's always a good time. But that means next turn we can play our Canonist and a Court Homunculus if we want to. Kind of considering just going with the Canonist now. 2 Tempered Steels is going to be pretty nice if we can get him into play. Yeah, we'll play the Canonist. It shuts down any early shenanigans he might go for. He has to basically play only 1 spell a turn, and it's very rarely an effect that will affect us. So, will he transform? No. So that means he can't even swing into our Aethersworn Canonist. So I'm okay with that. 2 Delvers, okay. Just delve away, man. Got 1 blue up, which makes it seem like he may have Spell Pierce. That's champion, huh? We're going to start by just swinging with our Aethersworn Canonist. If he wants to double block, I'm perfectly okay with that. I doubt he wants to, yeah. And then we're going to play... What are we going to play? I guess if he has Spell Pierce, I can sort of try to play around that by just playing my Homunculus right now. But I think I'm going to try to play both. I think I'm just going to try to play both, but we're going to lead with the Homunculus. Alright. That resolves, and then we're going to try our Glinthawk Idol, which may get Spell Pierced. No, wow, okay. We're off to a much faster start this time around. If we can manage to drop our Tempered Steel next turn, things are going to get pretty hairy for our opponent. Looks like neither of them are going to transform, which is also good for us. Yeah, it's nice. You sort of shut off them being able to like cantrip and play a creature, and you shut out. Well, tapping out. Sort of fire and ice. That's a little scary. But we're going to punish him for tapping out, especially if we draw planes. We're going to swing for a huge amount of damage right here. We didn't, but that's okay. We could also play our Etched Champion, but I think I'd rather lead with Tempered Steel, which will make it so none of our creatures can be killed by a sword. So now we're just going to bash for 8. The sword also doesn't protect him from either of our creatures, any of our creatures in our whole deck, actually. So does protect them from our burn spells, so we won't be able to kill whatever he equips it to. Okay. I'm betting they transform now. I mean, his luck. No, doesn't look like it. We've been pretty lucky with that. I doubt he's going to take time off to equip a sword right now, but he might, I guess. I mean, if he might have Cryptic Command if he has a 4th land anyway. He may try that on us. But next turn, I'm going to try to play... I'm trying to decide if I want to just play another Tempered Steel or play a Homunculus or an Etched Champion. I may just go for the other Tempered Steel. If we don't draw a land, we won't be able to... And it has to be... No, it can be any land. We won't be able to activate our Glenhawk Idol and like really punish him, but he's leaving mana up, it seems. But he can't punish us that hard without Cryptic Command, unless he's about to play an island. Okay, Serum Visions. That's all he can play this turn, though. You know, he can't multi-cantrip thanks to Aethersworn Canoness, which these decks like to do at times. It also means they can only counter 1 spell a turn on my turn, so which is still annoying, but sometimes it's a pretty big deal to just be able to. Like, Vanishing Light's pretty good. It's basically only out against that sword. He's got 2 mana up. I think I'm actually just going to play the Homunculus so that it'll turn on our Glenhawk Idol. Yeah, he's scooping. It would turn on our Glenhawk Idol, and if he wants to burn a counterspell on that, he doesn't have a lot of. I can just play the Homunculus again. All right, well, that was more like it. Turn 5 win. I'm trying to decide if I want to bring in Disenchant thanks to what we just saw, but I don't think we do. Like, the sword's good, certainly, but it protects things from our burn, but not from our creatures. So it's not like a huge deal. But maybe I should bring in 1 Disenchant. And now that we know he has a sword, these are a little less good, so maybe I'll take out 1. Yeah, I'll take out 1 Blast and put in 1 Disenchant. It doesn't hurt. Certainly. To have a way to get rid of that, like, I don't know how many he sided in, 1 or 2 probably, but it's nice to know I can deal with it. Another kind of questionable hand, thanks to the we can get early Aethersworn Canonist again. Man, turn 1 Delvers left and right. I'd like to draw Plains. If we draw Plains, we didn't draw Plains. Okay, we're going to play a Retreat out there and just have to end our turn. Pretty annoying that keeps happening to us. I guess we do only have 8 Plains in the deck, so it's going to come into play tapped pretty often, but I think that's how many I have. I think I have 4 Plains and 4 Sacred Foundries, but still. It does definitely slow our deck down when we can't, play Court Homunculus into, any number of other things. We're going to try to play the Canonist first, just like we did last time. I think it did have a pretty big impact on in the last game. Like, he wouldn't have been able to do that turn, for example, if we'd gone first. He would have just been able to play 1 cantrip, not 2. Swing for 1. No, well, you forgot to swing. I'm okay with that, though. 20's better than 19. Okay, so we're going to play our Ruin. And yeah, we're going to try to lead. He's probably going to Spell Pierce it, but we're going to try to lead with that. No? Alright, I'm okay with that. It does definitely affect his deck negatively. Yeah, his deck may not have the right number of... I mean, he even scryed and he didn't get to flip his dude. That usually doesn't happen. So... I mean, he may just have really bad luck. He may have... Oh, that's pretty nice. I can play 2 spells this turn now. We can play the Vault Scourge for 1 and 2 life, and the Court Homunculus for just 1 white. So we'll knock him to 16. Let's lead with the Scourge. Alright, and then let's also try to play the Homunculus too. Okay, I'm wondering if he has some sort of board clearing effect that we haven't seen yet, but he's mono blue, so like, I guess he could have Hurkyl's Recall, which would be really bad for us, for sure. That's something I haven't thought about. And blue decks do often side that against Affinity, so he may have it. So this turn, I'm not going to commit anything extra to the board. I'm just going to swing. Another Clifftop Retreat, of course. They love us. I probably would have tried to play Tempered Steel if we didn't get a land that came into play on tap, because Hurkyl's Recall can't return that. But we're just going to swing with these dudes. Looks like he's just taken all the way. So we're going to play the Retreat. And I think I'm going to play Cranial Plating. If he has Hurkyl's Recall, it'll draw it out next turn. So let's just do it. If he has a counterspell, it'll also draw that out. So I'm cool either way. Yeah. Alright. No, thank you. The plating would have been nice, but our Tempered Steel is more important in this deck usually. I mean, granted, you know, Vault Scourge would have gotten pretty huge, but he'll get almost as much power just from the Tempered Steel, so continues to not transform his Delver. You don't usually see mono blue Delver. He may have done that to try to cut down on the costs. Of course, he still has Cryptic Command. Now it's, I think he's gonna. He didn't play Ninja of the Deep Hours. That's interesting. I was expecting to see that. So I'm gonna try to play Tempered Steel right here, since it can't be bounced if he does have Hurkyl's Recall. On my screen anyway, it was like he was tapping the mana before he even played the spell. It's probably been a Cryptic Command, counter it, tap our dudes. Yeah. Alright. That's cool with me. That's the reason he was so willing to attack. Does he transform now? You do have a Galvanic Blast ready for him. No? Yeah, he must just not have... I mean, he could be really unlucky, but it seems like he doesn't have the right number of instants and sorceries to turn his dude on. Phantasmal Bear, alright. Okay, he tapped out, which is good for us. He did get his sword. Which can kill one of our creatures now that we didn't get to resolve Tempered Steel. I'm trying to decide. I'm probably going to hold up Galvanic Blast as much as I want to do. I mean, I can do other things, which I'll try to do, but I don't need to do them before combat. So, yeah, he played an artifact, so he's actually able to play 2 spells that turn. I think I just swing with everyone, although losing the Canonist might be a bad idea. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Sets up Snapcaster Mage shenanigans, so we're just going to swing with these 2. I'd rather not see Snapcaster Mage shenanigans. If I can help it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then I can play the plating, I just can't equip it, basically. But I think I'm actually going to play the Glinthawk Idol. So we can turn it on next turn. We're going to hold up Galvanic Blast, so, well, maybe we should just hit the thing now while he's tapped out. That's not a bad idea. Let's just do that. We also have Metalcraft, so we can burn him for 4, but I'm just going to do this while he's tapped out. So he can't swing with the creature he equips this turn. And next turn we can play Plating, equip it, and swing for 4, 6, 8. So think we may have him. He could play something and equip temporarily, potentially. Yeah, he's going to. So I'm glad I kept the Aethersworn Canonist in play. He would have been able to Snapcaster Mana Leak something, but in this case he's just going to have to equip his sword and pass the turn. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I think he's too late, because now we're going to play out our Cranial Plating. Yep. Which will give us 2 flyers. Yeah, so we won. All right, well, we played a variation of the Delver deck, a mono blue Delver control deck. It was pretty good. It had a lot of high dollar cards in it. It always feels good to beat a multi-$100 deck with your $40 deck, and that's what we did here. And the deck performed pretty well. Game 1, we got off to a pretty uncharacteristic slow start, and still almost managed to pull it out. And in Game 2 and 3, we just ran them over with our creatures, and the Canonist was a pretty huge part of us winning, I think. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll play a couple more matches, and we'll see if we're going to make some changes after that. And then pretty soon I'll be recording play in a modern tournament. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and